JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Baby stolen from Victoria Jubilee Hospital found in Dunkirk. The 11-day-old newborn baby was reportedly stolen from the Victoria Jubilee Hospital on Monday has been found. According to the police, the baby was found in the community of Dunkirk in East Kingston. Details surrounding the baby's discovery are not known at this time. The baby, Kimoya Santana Robe, was reportedly taken from her mother, 26-year-old Christina Blake, while at the hospital, where Blake went for treatment. It is alleged that on completion of the treatment, the baby was left in care of the mother, who is in a wheelchair, while the father went to purchase food.
I brought her down here this morning, bring up by Jubilee, which is 3 West, that's surgical ward. So I brought up here this morning. I hold the child meanwhile she went and dressed. She dressed. They said that she should come back and she's okay. So I said then, on my way coming back down, the lady that I don't know, I never see before, she saw my baby mother and said like, wow, go on goody. So I'm like, alright then. So she said, you know, tell about baby father about me, say I need a wipe you up and something and I take you and I look after me and I come down here and something. So I say to her, I say, I was like, literally I was possible because I never expect that. Anyway, an emergency vehicle was coming in, so it was close to the corner right there. So I take her and drop on the sidewalk, spin on the chair, she go out by the column. The lady, me, the baby mother, the baby, and the lady was, all of us head out that way. Because she said, no, come out of the summer. So I said, I come out of the summer, go up at the column up there. So when I went up there, she started talking about, she has some things for the baby and somebody else. She have an ex-friend where work up here, she want to see the baby and something. So I check it, maybe it's either over by that clinic side or by Jubilee side. Alright. I turned to her, my baby mother, and said, yeah, I'm going to get something for you to eat because I'm hungry. I never eat this man. I can't sit on the whole day and eat. So she said, alright, Kevin, go and go get something and come back. She even mentioned about stay long. I said, I'm not going to stay long. It's just a few minutes. Just like this, it's not stay long. So I went, less than 5 minutes because it's just one patty and one Pepsi. So that now I got to take my time. Give the lady the money and quick time, spin on and come back. When I came back, it's just she alone, me see. No baby, not even the lady or the baby.
Was she asleep? Was she alert?
She was up, she was in her chair, she was not sleeping. More than she turned to me and said to me, say, Kevin, the lady now come back with the baby. I said, what is it?
The alleged kidnapper is said to be in her 30s, brown complexion, medium build, about 5 feet 6 inches tall. There is no news on the suspect at this time. According to the police, the woman was captured on camera exiting the hospital and heading towards Orange Street. Additional security assets rushed to Grange Hill after 5 people were shot and killed in less than 72 hours. Security has been significantly increased in the Grange Hill community in Westmoreland in response to an upsurging gang violence, which resulted in 4 murders over the weekend and 1 more on Monday morning. About 10 p.m. on Sunday, 23-year-old customer service representative Shaquille Forrest, who is of a Bay Road district, Little London, and Fullersfield district, Grange Hill in the parish, was shot and killed, and another man injured after being ambushed as he drove through the Little London community. Reports from the police are that Forrest and the now injured man were traveling in a grey 2013 Toyota Axle motor car in the direction of Fullersfield Square from the Geneva direction. The lawmen said upon reaching the square, they were confronted by a lone gunman who opened fire at them in the vehicle. Forrest, the police said, lost control of the motor car, which then veered across the road and stopped on the right embankment. Both men, in fear of their lives, then ran from the vehicle in different directions. The gunman is said to have chased Forrest, whilst firing gunshots at him, hitting him to the head and upper body. The gunman left the area on foot. When the shooting subsided, the other occupant of the vehicle was found with a gunshot wound to his abdomen. The injured man was transported to hospital by residents, where he was admitted in serious condition. Forrest, on the other hand, was found in a drain to the right side of the road suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was later transported to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The killing of Forrest comes in the wake of Saturday's incident in which marauding gangsters invaded a section of the Grange Hill community, killing 3 men and injuring another. Meanwhile, the latest incident happened shortly after 9 a.m. on Monday when another man was shot while driving his motorcycle in Geneva. The identity of the deceased man is not yet known. Superintendent Sean J. Mitchell, the commander for Zone 4 in the Westmoreland Police Division, said that based on intelligence gathered by the police, the shootings are because of a feud between the resurgent King Valley Gang and the Anspasi Gang. Indications are that they're fighting for control of turf and the spoils from illicit activities. The King Valley Gang surged to national attention in 2020 when several members of the gang were arrested in a major operation. They were charged with being part of a criminal organization. The gang's leader, Derval Luke Williams, was subsequently convicted and is now serving time in prison. Several people rushed to hospital following a 2-vehicle crash in Manchester. Several people have been rushed to hospital following a 2-vehicle crash on the Penhill Main Road in Manchester on Monday afternoon. The crash, which happened about 2:30 p.m., involved a Toyota Yaris and a Toyota Isis, which operated as a taxi. Preliminary reports suggest that the vehicles were traveling in opposite directions when the crash occurred. District Officer Stuart Edwards at the Jamaica Fire Brigade said speeding may have been a contributing factor to the crash. When we arrived on the scene, occupants of the private car were already removed and transported to the Mandeville Regional Hospital. We are appealing to motorists to proceed with caution on the road. This could have been avoided if persons were driving within the speed limit, he said. The crash had caused a pileup of traffic on the crucial main road that links Mandeville to Cristiano and its environs. Bloody weekend in St. Andrew. 4 people, including a businessman, were left nursing serious gunshot or machete injuries sustained in separate incidents in St. Andrew over the weekend. Some residents are now living in fear as one of the attacks appears to stem from a long-standing feud. Reports are that sometime Saturday night, gunmen posing as customers entered a food establishment along Parks Road in St. Andrew and opened gunfire, hitting the joint owner of the entity while he was in the process of serving an order. Another man, who is on Barnet retirement, another section of the community, was also shot and injured. A resident said, them pull up and order food, and when them start serve, them just start shoot him up. Up to Sunday, they remove some of the bullets, and he probably will have to get surgery if you get the others. We are praying for the best. The resident said there's been a spate of shootings in and around sections of the Parks Road community. Yes, people in fear, because you don't know the minute nor the hour. The guns and the hands of the wrong people. You don't have to do nobody nothing and get caught up in the foolishness, the resident said. It is understood that both injured men were rushed to separate hospitals. Up to this morning, one was said to be stable, while the other was critical. The Parks Road community has been going through a turbulent gang war, stretching as far back as 3 years, police sources said. This has resulted in deaths and several persons escaping with only minor to serious injuries that may affect them for a long time. In the earlier incident, still on Saturday, the police are probing a double case of assault occasioning grievous bodily harm after 2 men seriously wounded each other during a dispute. The incident has left the district of Mount Erie on edge. Reports are that sometime Saturday afternoon, the men had an argument and the sharp instruments were brought into play. This reportedly resulted in one of the men suffering from a chop wound to the head and the other a stab wound to the upper body. The police were summoned and out to cordon the roadway, and scene of crime detectives began to comb the restricted area for clues. The scene was bloody. A resident said that one of the men was up to his head almost severed, and the other was found some meters away, bleeding profusely. Both were transported to hospital where they were admitted. This only gonna leave tension in the place, but I don't follow it up because it don't respond to me. I just try to stay clear the tension. We only hear them stab and chop up each other, but nobody seemed to know what the dispute is about, a farmer from the community said. Up to March 2, the Jamaica Constabulary Force said the St. Andrew North Division, where both incidents took place, had recorded a 25% decline in shootings year on year. There were 6 reported incidents when compared to 8 for the similar period last year. For the corresponding period in 2023, there were 4 reports of injured persons compared to 5 so far this year. Murders in the division have seen a 20% increase, with 6 so far this year compared to 5 for the same period last year. Little London residents and police at odds over claim teenage boys killed during police chase. Angry residents of Little London, Westmoreland, this morning intensified their protest over the deaths of 2 teenage boys They say were killed during a police chase on Friday night, a claim the police have denied. The protesters used downed trees, old appliances, tires, and other debris to block the road close to the Little London police station. The police have since cleared a blockade and are maintaining their presence in the area. The residents say 14-year-old Tariq Smith and a 19-year-old JVN Black, both of Little London addresses, were killed after they were chased by a police service vehicle. According to the residents, the police chase ensued after the teenage boys who were driving their motorbikes to a shop refused to obey requests from the police to stop. The residents further claimed that the motorcycle was hit from behind with a police service vehicle. The teenagers were taken to the Salomon Hospital where they were pronounced dead. Meanwhile, the Little London police are reporting that at about 8:45 p.m., Black and Fraser, who were both traveling on a motorcycle, collided with a motor car that had been traveling in the opposite direction. The driver of the motor car fled the scene. Another motorist, who was traveling in close proximity, was also injured in the incident. All three motorcyclists were taken to hospital, where Fraser and Black were pronounced dead. The driver of the other motorcycle was admitted. But relatives and residents are refuting the police's report on the incident and had launched a demonstration on Sunday, which intensified this morning, accusing the police of causing the death of the two.
I heard that the police gave them way and chased them because the bike wasn't licensed nor insured, and they got scared and run. And the police run after them, chased them in full speed and hit them in a dark place and kill them and leave them on the spot and call another jeep to come and pick them up. That jeep go and pick up the bike, and another jeep from South brought their bodies to the hospital. They tried to cover up everything because evidence that was on the spot of that bike, they can't find it, and Indicom wants it. Indicom was there on the spot at the crime scene yesterday. A piece of back lamp of the bike, they can't find it, and it's the critical evidence that they all needed to show that the police were involved in it.
However, a police officer from the Westmoreland Police Division, who is close to the investigation but not authorized to speak to the media, this morning said that there was no police chase. The police officer said the police vehicle assigned to the Little London police station, which is alleged to have been involved in the crash, had not left the compound up to the time of the incident. He said the teenagers were involved in an accident and the police were quick on the scene and took them to the hospital. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.